Okay, round two. For anyone who's on just a second ago, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna start this again. So, something I was thinking about is the idea that family photos are either probably coming up or close if you're somebody that gets yours done yearly around the fall or autumn time period as you get ready for Christmas cards and everything. And most of you know, or maybe you don't know if you're new here, that I used to be a photographer. I still have my camera, so I consider myself still a photographer, but I do a lot more of the stuff on my phone now than I do with my real camera. And a question I always got was, how should I do my makeup? How should I do my makeup? What should I do? Should I wear bright red lipstick? Should I not? I'm having all kinds of issues about going live. You guys are gonna have to wait 2 seconds while I grab my charger. I'm coming back. Okay, I think this is just like, today is one of those days that nothing wants to cooperate with me. All right, let's plug you guys in so that we don't die, and let's continue what we're talking about. So, there we go, charger's on. So, here's the thing, natural looking is a little bit better than really smoky eyes because you want to bring out your eyes, and that is for all eye shapes. So smoky eyes looks really pretty for a lot of things, and I'm not saying it doesn't look good for photos because it can, but if you're going for more of your natural look and trying to look like what you normally look like on a regular basis, then keeping it more low-key with some really pretty neutral colors. So that can mean browns possibly, or I'm actually going to do it with a mix of pinks and a little bit of purple too, because you can go that route as well. So that is my number one tip, and I'm going to show you something with that. My number two tip is you're normally outside, and here's the thing about being outside. It can be cold, it can be windy, it can be hot possibly, depending where you're at. It can be any of those things, which means that if you don't have something like primer on, which I'm putting eyeshadow primer on to my eyelids right now, your makeup can get streaky or get creases in it or anything like that, and you don't want that either for family photos, right? You want your makeup to still look like it looks fresh. So primer is key, especially on your face and especially on your eyes before you put any kind of eyeshadow on. So put some primer on. This is the eyeshadow primer. I use my other primer on my face before I put foundation. That's my other tip, is foundation. You don't, the one thing I used to always tell people is when it comes to foundation and stuff, you obviously don't want to have like streaks or lines or anything, but you can go a little bit heavier than maybe you normally would. Because more makeup when it comes to like face makeup and maybe contouring or having blush and stuff like that, it actually on camera won't look as much. So I know there was a lot of times that I had a high school senior that would have her makeup done for a photo shoot and she'd look in the mirror and be like, oh my gosh, I have so much makeup on. But then when she saw the photo would realize it didn't look like that. So while I said like sometimes you want to maybe steer away from a smoky eye, you can do neutrals and still do them darker, and it's not going to look crazy, I guess is the right thing, because I think that's the worry for people that don't normally wear makeup, is that when they put something on that it's going to look crazy. Okay, hold on. I thought I might get through, but maybe not. All right, back. So that is another thing. Put on some kind of foundation. Liquid foundation gives a great full coverage because you just want a nice even look. Or you could always do a cream foundation as well for those of you maybe that have drier skin. That is a really good thing as well to put on and give you a really good full coverage, some concealer to brighten things up and everything like that. Another tip, eyebrows. Pay attention to your eyebrows, because eyebrows make you look more awake. They open up your face, your eyes, all of that. So make sure you do a little something, whether you're somebody that likes to put in a touch of eyeshadow into your eyebrows, fine. Maybe you like doing a pencil, maybe you like doing the brow palette, whatever it may be, just do something with your eyebrows to bring and to make more attention to those a little bit. All right, so let's do the eye look. I am going to start with a quad. And we're going to get through this without coughing too much. And I am using, it's kind of, my light is being a little crazy right now, but it is nude here. If I come back here, you can see it's like a creamy color and then some neutral pinks and purples. So this is what I'm going to start with. So I'm going to start with my transition color, which is the color Hesitant, which is this one right here. Blending brush. Blending is key for when you are having your photos taken as well, because you don't want to look on the pictures after you get them back and be like, oh gosh, I can see that I don't like, you have lines or something like that where it should just be a pretty transition. So a blending brush is key. And you can see I'm going on with this Hesitant. I started in the corner and then I'm putting it on in small strokes and just going up around my eyes everything like that, okay? So this is a really pretty, it's a neutral color, but it's still, you want some color on your eyes. And why I'm using neutral colors is because you want your eyelashes to stand out when it comes to having photos done. So what that means is I'm going to do my eyeliner a little bit differently. Not too differently. I mean, I do this look a lot, but I'm going to show you how you do eyeliner then to make your eyelashes stand out, because the eyelashes really do have a lot to do with how open your eyes are going to look. You're going to look awake in the photos, even if you have a bunch of kids and they're crawling all over you. Maybe you're single and you're getting family photos that your parents make you do every year with them. I know my mom, if she watches it, before we had kids, we just always had to do family photos, usually around Thanksgiving, and it always drove all of us kids absolutely crazy. In fact, we would find ways to ruin her photos. That sounds really bad, but we would like bring a toy in or something like that. We're such great kids. Hi! I love finally seeing everyone pop in. I was on here once and then it's been one of those days. So, okay, so I did the first color, which I wrote them down because I always forget I do not have these colors memorized yet. Hesitant. So then I'm going to come in with my overall lid color. And this one is Timid. So this is, I don't know why, if it's doing the same thing for you guys, but it looks like it's doing crazy colors. This is like a creamy color, is the basic way I would describe it. And I'm going to bring this, so you can see the difference right there, right? I'm going to bring this on my lid, just like so. And I love this transition from that color to this one. You could do this if you wanted to, but because we're getting, well, we're pretending like we're getting, I'm not actually having family photos done today, but we're pretending like we're having fall photos done, then we'll jazz this up a little bit. No, these two are the matte ones. So far I haven't used a metallic yet. This one will be, but the Timid and Hesitant are not metallic. So here is, that is a good point actually. Thank you for bringing that up. Sorry, I hear my daughter not napping. Metallics and shimmers you can still do when you're having your photos taken. Just don't go overboard with them, because sometimes the light can hit it. And if you're especially doing family photos and things like that, you want to kind of stay more in the matte range. Again, there's not an absolute definite answer. You can always do metallics and shimmers. You can see I'm going to put one in the mix. But in general, it's good to stay with more mattes for family photos if you're going for a natural look. If you're the person that likes to be bold and have that kind of, don't be afraid of that. Go for it, girl. Like, totally go for it. But I'm saying if you're looking for a more natural look and everything like that. So now I'm going to use the color Agile. This is like purple, but not, I don't want to use the word purple because it's kind of like a maroon. I'm not really sure what way to describe it, but it's really pretty. And it's become one of my new favorite colors. So I've done those two colors. Now I'm going to put in something that is going to open up my eye on the corner. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to just do a little bit of a V right here. Do you guys, I don't know if you can hear my daughter in the background. She is supposed to be taking a nap right now. And she has a, I think it's a rugby ball in bed with her and is calling it her baby. So, you know, this, can you hear her? She's saying something about her baby in her bed. Okay, you could leave it like this, but you should probably blend it out. So that's what I'm talking about. You don't want your photos to look like you don't have any kind of transition or anything like that. Like there's just a massive block of color. You don't want to do that. So the reason why is a lot of times when you, especially the style that family photos are these days, is they're a little bit more interactive. And so sometimes you're going to be looking down, sometimes you'll be looking off to your kids, you'll be laughing, things like that. And so you're not always going to be looking straight on. And because of that, you want to make sure that your makeup is blended together and you don't have big like blocks of color that don't look like they're blended into the others, if that makes any sense at all. All right. I'm so sorry, you guys, that I'm coughing and everything. I thought I'm going to go do this live and just give it a go and have at it, even though I kind of feel a touch under the weather. This is what happens when you go to a conference with 2,500 other women. You all share things. That's just what happens when you go to conferences. So I'm making small strokes. See this? Small strokes. Just like so. And blending that in. Okay, do you see how this kind of made my eyes just pop open? Pop open. This is what it's all about. It's just blending. Let me find my, I want to show you if you get some because I got a little bit. You can just take a big puffy brush and just wipe off any excess that you feel like has fallen down. Okay, so this is really pretty how that is. I sometimes will go in with that transition color again and just mute it out a little bit if you want to. You don't have to. This is just, I'm doing it because I'm showing you how I would possibly do my eyes for a family photo. So this shows you. This goes to, for those of you girls who are watching that maybe are getting ready for senior portraits because it's fall as well. This totally applies to whatever kind of photos you might be having taken. Weddings, portraits, whatever it may be. So this is really pretty neutral look. I love when brides do something a little bit more bolder on their eyes though, but what you'll always tend to notice is that it's paired with something neutral, which I love. Okay, now I forget this color, Trusting. I've just got this color, so this is why I have not memorized this color. I'm gonna take this small brush and I'm gonna grab, this is the liner shader brush, and I'm gonna grab just a little bit of this metallic color, and this is gonna be my highlight color. Okay, I thought I was gonna sneeze. I think we're all right. And I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna dab just a little bit of this right above my brow, or sorry, below my brow. And then I'm gonna dab just a little bit more. I'm gonna go right in the corner. Just like that. Now you can probably see it a little bit on the camera there, but that shows you that. So I could have stopped with just the two colors if you're somebody that's like, oh, I don't know if I can go that dark or anything like that. Here is the key though for having photos taken however you do your eye makeup. You have to blend because you don't want it to look crazy. What does blending mean? This is what blending is. So you go in and you move your eyeshadow around and you blend the colors together. So I'm going in and I'm blending. And this is why this brush is different than what you will typically see a makeup brush. Let me find my one. This is a typical makeup brush, right? This is still good. You want to have that to put on the rest of your eye makeup, but you can tell the difference between the two. See how fluffy this one is? It's because it's going to move that eye makeup around when you do this. So blending, 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 blending. Primer. Primer to keep your makeup on. For a full coverage, do some kind of really good high quality foundation. So a liquid foundation, it still looks really natural, but it's gonna give you great coverage. And then, or you can do something depending on, I just dropped my primer and my eyeshadow. Ah. All right, we're just gonna dust that off. Okay, now, what do you do with your liner? So you could line your eyes like you normally do, but again, I want the technique of my eyes looking like they have really long lashes, which they really do now that I'm using the serum, but I'm gonna do the technique which is called tight lining. All right. Maybe by tomorrow this will be gone when I do another live and you guys won't have to like hear me deal with all this. Okay, so make sure your pencil is really sharp. I'm using a brown, like a deep dark brown color called Proper. You could use black as well. And I'm gonna go in to my line. The reason why you want it really sharp is because, not because you wanna poke your eye out, because you wanna be able to get into this area right here, into what is your upper waterline. So see how I did that right there? You can see a difference already from this one. Do the same thing right here. And I'm doing this because when you do this, you give the illusion of your lashes being thicker. Now, again, if you're a girl that is like, I always wear my eyeliner on the top of my lashes, by all means do that for your photos still. That is okay. I would just recommend doing it thinner than thicker, because the thinner it is, the more it is going to make your lashes pop with neutral colors. So just for photos. Now again, I'm saying there are exceptions to the rule as always, but this is just maybe for the general person who normally would be like, I don't want to wear any eye makeup or any kind of thing like that for their family photos. Okay, so going in here. Hello everybody. Oh, you have a hard time doing the, it takes practice, I have learned. I still poke my, I actually, if this makes you guys, I should do like some kind of blooper video or something like that. I was making a video the other day and I had to stop it because when I was tightlining, I hit my contact and then I could almost see a little bit of a streak of the color of the eyeliner on my contacts. So don't worry, I may have looked easy that time, but I still mess up and do things like that too. So then I took a little thin line, and I'm not going to do my whole bottom. I just kind of smudged it a little bit, which really this doesn't smudge that well, but I softened it. It doesn't smudge because it stays put. You don't want to line all the way for photos because that makes your eyes look more closed. So if you are going to tight lining, I knew what you tight lining, because you don't want to have your eyes look closed. So you want them to look open. Okay, next step, mascara. So I am just going to use Epic Mascara this time around, but I most definitely would use both the Epic Mascara paired with the 3D Mascara because I would want to have just like major pop to my lashes. This is going to give you major pop though. So I'm going to do 2 coats of it. Not that one coat doesn't do anything because it totally does. That is why it is called Epic. But I am doing this to show you how much just the Epic Mascara alone can do a ton. So here's the thing. If you're somebody that was like, oh my gosh, Maya, I have family photos coming up next month and I am trying to figure out what colors to do, please let me, you see that? That's 1 coat. Yes, you can do 2 coats of this mascara. You can do 3 coats if you want to. Actually, you can keep going. But you'll see I'm going to let it dry on that eye before I go to the next one. Then I'll come back and do 2 coats. So, excuse me. Here we go. So, what I was going to say was that you can use this as a 1 coat, 2 coats. You can pair it with a 3D mascara, but I would definitely pair it with a 3D mascara for my family photos probably because I would just like to have a little bit more, what's the word, bang to my lashes maybe. But this actually gets a great look as well. All right, so let's show you this. Yes, it's great to do 2 coats. All right, let me show you the second coat technique. Okay, there's really nothing of a technique. You're going to put it just on like you did the first coat, but you're going to go right over it. And this time I like to say like I do the kind of like quicker swoops on the second coat because I'm really wanting to get that tip to flutter out, if that makes any sense. So see that? That kind of what that second coat did is it just added enough that you can really see my lash. I mean, hello, look at that. That's kind of crazy. It's not kind of crazy. It is crazy. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I am using the technique where I'm using my compact and I'm looking down just a little bit. This is another great technique for family photos because the more that your lashes are curled, usually some people have already like really good lashes that curl on their own. That is not me. Mine just go straight out. But what this does is curls them up, and this is what this technique does too. And what then you can see your lashes much more in your family photos. So if you're just jumping on now, I am covering some tips and makeup tips for when you have photos done, because I know a lot of people have that coming up, whether you are going to have some photos done with your family, maybe you're single and maybe you don't have kids yet, but yet your parents still make you get in photos. That's how mine always were. Maybe it's that you have a wedding coming up or something like that, because fall is a huge wedding time as well. These are all great tips for any of those things. Okay. Here we go. I might need to take a little thing through that because I put a little too much mascara on that one. This is what happens when you're going really fast. See that little piece? Let me show you how easy it is to solve something like that. Because I think this is something that happens. Some people stray away from stuff because they think, oh, what if I mess that up? Oh, that's all. Just separate the lash metal. Metal is your friend though. Okay, so you'll notice I have something left. Lips. Here's the thing on lips. It actually doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to do. But here is something that I have found does matter to me. Typically, when I have been part of a family photo, meaning I'm in it with, not that I'm taking the photos, but when I'm in it with my children and with my husband, it usually means I'm kissing somebody on the cheek, on the forehead, whatever it may be. So I do recommend if you have some, or if you want some, let me know. obviously. Lip stain is your friend for family photos because you'll put it on, it's going to stay on through the whole photo shoot, and you can kiss everybody and it's not going to go on them. So this is my go-to thing. However, I wanted to show you another look because this is new, and so I want to introduce you to it if you didn't see it yesterday, and show you something else I think can be a great look and has a little bit of a neutral. It doesn't have to be neutral. Again, you could go bright pink, bright red, anything with this lip stain, and that is, I mean, amazing. I'm going to put something on that is more like a gloss. Now, yes, after I just said all that, gloss is still going to come off when you kiss somebody, but there's something about if you are trying to wipe off bright red lipstick off of somebody's cheek compared to a really light pink, things go a little bit better with that, right? Or when you're kissing your husband in a photo or something like that, and then they come and they have got bright lips. So, lip stain there. Ah, I lost my color. Let's see, is this the color I'm looking for? Okay, so I'm going to use a lip liner. Okay, you need to find, there's two things. Okay, if your husband doesn't want you to kiss him when he has lipstick on, and it's not just my husband anymore, it is also my children. When they see my lips have something bright on them of any kind, they're like, don't kiss me. My boys in particular, don't kiss me with that. My daughter wants me to kiss her because she wants her lips to look the same. So, lip stain is your friend. I will also say that lip liner is your friend. So if you use lip liner, it's going to stay put just like lip stain does too. And it is, yes. So I can put on this bright red lipstick and kiss my husband and that doesn't come off on him. And I use the whole liner as my lipstick. I'm going to use the color Plush now. So this is really neutral. And I'm going to come in and I am going to lightly line my lips. You can see it's really not even. Sorry, I had to look in the mirror right here. Now, the big thing is find a color that makes your lips look fuller, if that makes any sense. So, you want to find a color that makes your lips look fuller. Do not take your liner and put it on the outside of where your actual lips are. That is not going to help you. That's going to look really, really bad in photos, and it will show through in photos. Keep it where your lip line is. You see, I lined my actual lip, but lining is going to give them a little bit more of a definition, especially pay attention right here. Now, I'm using a really neutral color, so I am not going dark with this. Okay. All right, so then I messed up a little bit. There we go. I'm going to take this and just really gently, I'm not really filling it completely, but I'm just real gently adding a little bit of color to my lips because I'm going to do something else in a second to this. So this is like my neutral. What I have tended to do when we have had family photos taken, I will wear a more neutral lip, and then maybe halfway through the photos, I'm having issues. Halfway through the photos, I will change to a bolder lip. Maybe it's that, you know, sometimes you have clothing change. That's not always worked so well with our family because our boys are done after a certain amount of time, but I always have like goals of doing the clothing change, and then I would change my lips to something brighter. Okay, so I just said it's great to have your lips looking fuller. Let me introduce you to Hottie. That is what it is called. I love that we have fun names like Epic Mascara, Hottie, when it comes to the lip plumper. So this is going to help your lips look fuller. It's going to give a really pretty gloss. You could put this over any lipstick, any type of lipstick, or like what I just did, lip liner. So you're going to grab this. Hold on. I literally think I have my nose is running while I'm on camera with you guys. I am so sorry about that. Okay, pulling it out just like that. It just goes on like gloss. And I want you guys to pay attention to my lips while I'm doing this. It literally can have instant effects. So I'm putting it on my bottom, just like so. And then putting it on my top over everything I did. Okay, so no need to rub or anything like that. Can you tell a difference already in my bottom lip? And here comes it with my top. So, two ways you use this. I said so like 3 times there. You can put this on like I just did. So this is a really, really pretty then to show. I put a little bit of definition to my lips with the liner, and then I put this on top, and it's going to give it a fuller lip without having to, you know, draw a crazy line or anything like that, because you don't want to do that for photos. Also, as you're leading up to your family photos to have fuller looking lips, you can use this every single night. There are 2 things you can use every single night. Sorry, I'm going to reach because I thought it was on my desk. Okay, these 2 things. Woo. Friends before you have your photos taken. So, you want to grow your lashes so they look extra amazing when you put the mascara on them. So that's with the Steam Serum. And then you can actually plump up your lips. And so at night before you go to bed, wash your face, put your moisturizer on and everything, grab some serum, put that on your lashes, and then follow it up with putting this on your lips before you go to bed. You're going to feel when you put it on, it just takes a second or so, and you're going to start to feel your lips tingle a little bit. That is because it has peppermint in it. And you can kind of taste it, but not... Like, I have had peppermint chapstick and stuff before, and it's been way too strong for me. This is not like that. It's really mild. And you put it on at night, and then your lips are going to naturally plump overnight. Then, excuse me, then you can put this on again in the daytime if you want to, or you can keep it in your purse as a gloss, and you can continue to put it on. So, you can see my lips look fuller already. What can you use lip liner, or has it to be lipstick the same? Hold on, let me see. What can you use, lip liner, or has it to be lipstick? You can do either. So it can either be lip liner or lipstick. I think that's what you're asking. So I used the Plush lip liner, but you could also do lipstick. So I could grab any of my lipsticks. It doesn't even matter what color. I could use a really dark red and put that on my lips and then put this on top. I could also do it with liquid lipstick. With the lip stain, the only thing I will say with the lip stain, when you put it over the lip stain, it may make some of the lip stain a little bit transferable, but not by much at all. Because what I would do first with the lip stain is put the lip stain on, and the lip stain feels wet when you put it on. I'll actually do a video with these 2 together so you can see it. But you'll put a lip stain on, and then you need to let it dry. So it will feel watery a little bit when you first put it on. Let it dry completely, and then put this on top of it. Because when you let it dry, it won't transfer that much. So, there you go. That's the hottie. The hottie. You right now can get 3 of these for 20% off. Or... you can pair it with something like everything I've used right here. You can pair it with the Whiplash Duo, which is this duo of the serum and the Epic Mascara, and you get this 50% off then. Or you can throw in this as well, and you still get that 50% off for the Lash Trio. So that is how you can get the hottie right now. All right, let's review. So for those of you jumping on, you can go back to the beginning, but let me review really quick some quick tips on family photos. So the first thing is you want to make sure that your makeup stays put, because you're probably most likely going to be outside, which means you're in the elements, which means wind, all the stuff, your eyes might water, all of those things. So you want your makeup to stay put. Start off with facial primer, and then start off with eyeshadow primer. After that, make sure you have a good full coverage foundation. And what that means is like something like a liquid foundation. Really, any of our foundations would be full coverage. It just depends on your skin type. But I really like the liquid foundation. If you have super dry skin, the cream foundation is actually excellent for you as well. Then you want to go with your eyes. You want to make sure you have some transition. But when I say transition, you don't want to have lines down your eyes. So you want to take a good amount of a variety of colors. So something light, medium, and dark, and then maybe a little bit of a highlight or a pop, and blend them together, because you don't want to look crazy in your photos. And what's going to look gorgeous is having kind of how I have right now, light, medium, and then dark on the outer edges, and blend, blend, blend. If you need help with colors that you're trying to figure out what would be good, please let me know, and I will help you figure out a quad for yourself. Neutral colors are really pretty, but these colors with the shades of purples and everything like that are gorgeous too. If you are a smoky eye girl and that is all you wear all the time, wear that for your family photos. Like I said, these are just general rules, not like have to, if that makes any sense. Just tips I would have given somebody that I was taking photos of. If you have super oily skin, I did not say this, but if you have really oily skin, top it off with a loose powder. This is the setting powder, and that will help give you a good matte finish, because, you know, if you're walking around, it's like sometimes you can get dewy and sweaty, and you can bring this with you and just kind of use that as a tip. Eyebrows. Pay attention to your eyebrows, because you want to draw attention to your eyes, but you don't want to look like what happened to that part up there. So eyebrows. taking your liner and doing something like tight lining your lid or your eyelash line on the inside helps to make your lashes pop in the photos. So instead of doing it on the top, you do it on the inside. You can see how I've done that here. You don't want to line the bottom completely. Just do a little bit on the outside and you will be good to go. Don't do a harsh line. Do like a nice, simple, soft line is the word I'm looking for. I'm looking at everything on my desk here as I've given you guys tips. Mascara. Don't forget your mascara. You want to see those lashes, put on some mascara and get yourself some Epic mascara. Pair it with a 3D mascara to have those lashes looking amazing. Lips. No rule really on lips as far as color or anything like that. The only tip I had is that you may want to think about something like a lip stain, because if you do any kind of kissing of anybody during your photo shoot, whether it's your kids or your husband or whoever it may be, that you may transfer it onto them. So that's the big thing. I remember one photo shoot, the mom had bright red lipstick on, and because she had bright red lipstick on, none of her kids wanted her to kiss her. So I guess that's something to think about too. If they have a thing with that, then that may be something to think about as well and go for more of a neutral look. So you can do that with lip stain, but by all means you can do a bright color, or you can do something which I did more neutral, and I put on just a little bit of neutral lip liner to give my lips definition, but then I put on the Hottie Lip Plumper because I wanted to give a full look. So I wanted them to be defined, but I wanted them to look full, if that makes any sense. This can go over any lipstick color as well. And it doesn't, you know how lip gloss, not the lip gloss from Younique, but some lip gloss can feel really funky. Actually, some of the lip gloss I have used in the past, I would never want on for family photos of any kind because my hair would be all stuck to it and everything like that. And that's not any fun. Or someone else's hair, I guess. So this is perfect for giving you plump lips. Use it leading up to your family photos as well as the serum to grow your lashes, plump up your lips leading up to the family photos. And you're going to look fabulous. So this is something I used to do when I was a photographer, is people would contact me and say, what should we wear? What should our family put together? And I had this like Pinterest board that I would send them of outfits ideas for what your family could wear together. Consider me your Pinterest board right now for family photos. So if you're like, oh my gosh, Maya, we do have family photos coming up and I don't know what to have on my face. I am so confused as what to put, or I have some colors, but I need some new colors to pair it with, or I really need some winter colors so I don't look like I have a line or anything like that with my foundation. Please reach out to me. That is what I am here for. I am here to help you. Like I said, you can consider me your Pinterest board and helping you pick some colors that will look great in family photos. Excuse me, and you don't have to hear me coughing because I can do it through message. But I'm your Pinterest board, so please feel free to reach out to me and ask any questions you have about what kind of makeup you would possibly need for family photos, whether it is just you jumping in with your parents or it is your full family in the photos. These are great tips to have your skin looking amazing in the photos, your eyes really popping, and just you're going to be happy about when you see them, that's for sure. So there you go. Let me know if you have questions. Grab, if you want, not if you want, you really do need it in your life, this Hottie Lip Plumper with anything, the 3 of them for 20% off. Throw in some more stuff and you get 50% off. All right. Let me know if you have questions below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and hopefully this has been helpful for figuring out what you need for family photos as far as makeup goes and the best tips. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.